Welcome ESL to the last race of the day, and we are at Pocono. We will finish off with the 1987 series as we get set for some qualifying. And there is a last week's winner, Isabella Ramon. Isabella currently is 6 in points, moved up 6 spots after last week's win. Only down by 22 points, but your points leader is Trunyan Dunn. He is up 6 points on Davante Wilkins. This is a very tight, like 1 through 10 is only separated by like 31 points, which is not a lot. Isabella crosses the stripe and is about to do the first lap around. This track is definitely like a triangle. 3 turns. It's definitely something very different than what we are used to. Track temperature 104 degrees, barely any wind, just 2 miles an hour. We will see if the track continues to warm up as we go, and how will that affect these drivers as we go. You see the 36 fighting with that wheel as it goes around turn 3. It crosses the line for the first lap. And right now it's Dougie Zoom with the fastest lap, 57.814. Will that time hold? Dougie would love to get his first pole of the season. Actually, he had a pole last week. This could be his second pole if this time holds. His best place finish is a 4th. He is currently 7th, tied for 7th in points. As he goes around turn 3, will his time hold, and will he be on the pole for today's race? As he crosses the line. And it is Bob Harlow on the pole for today's race. In second, Braden Goddard. Third, Dougie Zoom. Fourth, Thomas Noble. Fifth, Morningstar. Sixth, Tyler Rogalowski. Seventh, your points leader, Trunyan Dunn. Eighth, Justice Blackwell. Ninth, CJ Slava with a top 10 qualifying run. And rounding out your top 10 is AJ Stryker. But a great run by Bob Harlow and the Lost City Racing team. Bob Harlow definitely needs a pretty good run today. He's about 39, actually 31 points behind. He's currently 10th in the points, so he could gain some ground if he finishes good in this race. We will see what that 97 can do. We'll be back in a few minutes for the start of the race. And we are back and getting ready to start week 6 at Pocono. And after that, we head into the bye week. But once we come out of the bye week, we hit our first road course at Watkins Glen. So it only gets tougher from here. The fuel window is between 20 and 30 laps. We're probably going to have 2 stops into this race. It all depends if we get any cautions. If we get cautions, that'll definitely change the strategy in this race. The track is still 105 degrees, 5-mile-an-hour winds. A great day for racing here at Pocono. Can the 47 of Trunnion hold on to his points lead? Devontae Wilkins is right behind him. 6 points behind. As we getting ready for some racing. Pace car comes off the track. And week 6 is underway. 60 laps at Pocono. Bob Harlow staying in that inside line. We will see what's the preferred line here as this race goes. Bob Harlow with the lead. Dougie Zoom, he's kind of all over the place. He was trying to take second away from Braden, but now he's losing another spot here. The 13 of Tyler in the outside. As Justice almost decided to make it 3 wide. It's going to take a few laps before driver starts to settle in. Now we have a battle for the lead. Goddard in the outside. Right behind Goddard is the number 6 of Thomas Noble. Goddard takes the lead. Noble in second. Tyler in third. Tyler looks to the inside. He's going to try to take second away from the number 6. But I think that outside line is the faster line. So it's going to be tough to make passes there the deeper we get into this race. And there's Bob Harlow on the outside. As Dougie Zoom almost makes contact with the 97. There's Trunnion in 8th. He's trying to battle AJ Stryker. Right behind him is CJ Slava. Lizzie McGlover, Yodi. In front of him is Morningstar. All these drivers are trying to battle for position here. You see Dougie in 20th. There's Dunwoody, Isabella Ramon. Devontae Wilkins in 18th. He's gonna have to work his way up through the field if he wants to stay in contention. There's Lizzie McGlover up to 9th. She's trying to make it 8th as she moves up ahead of AJ Stryker in the inside. So right now it seems like drivers are making that inside and outside line work. There's Stephen Waters, currently in 13th. He's a rookie. He got promoted to this series, as well as the 20 of Trey Smith, currently running 28th. And Ricky's running 21st. All these drivers got promoted not too long ago. Goddard still in the lead. Thomas Noble in second. Then it's Tyler Rogalowski and Justice Blackwell. Bob Harlow down 4 positions since the start of the race. We'll see who has that long run speed. As we go further back in the pack, you see Tyler Grims, currently 23rd. He is 11th in points. But he seems to be struggling so far. But that 52 put together a great race at Bristol. A ton of speed in the short tracks. We'll see what he can do in a larger track. CJ Slava trying to battle for 9th. AJ Stryker on the outside, CJ on the inside as they go around turn 3. As you see CJ slide up the track a little. Now Trunyan is trying to take advantage. He's right behind AJ trying to draft off of the number 9. Can Trunyan to get by CJ? He cannot. Now you see the 0-3 of Eric Belmont. Currently right in 12th. Braden Goddard still holding serve as your leader. But for how long? Because that 6, it looks like he is definitely gaining some speed as the laps go. Thomas Noble has been having a pretty good season. He's tied for 7th in points. As Trunyan takes a spot away from CJ Slava. Trunyan in the top 10. Now Eric Belmont trying to do the same, and he does. Gets by CJ, so CJ struggling a little bit these last few laps. He is down 3 spots here. And Tyler Rogalowski with the fastest lap in the race. Justice Blackwell ahead of him in 3rd, up 5 positions. But no one is pulling away. There's Bob Harlow in 4th. Dougie Zoom looks to the outside. He's trying to take that spot away and does. Dougie Zoom on the move. Now you see Tyler trying to take that spot away from the 97, but he can just not get there. Can Dougie continue to charge towards the front? As you see the 13 on the inside of the 97. And he moves up to 5th. Thomas Noble trying to hold on to 2nd as Blackwell's right behind him. And it seems like that 6 might be slowing a little bit. As once again we battle for 4th. Dougie Zoom is now, this time in the inside. And the 13 is on the outside. It's been back and forth for the 4th position. AJ Stryker trying to move up as she battles Lizzie. And this is for 8th. Right behind them is Strunyon in 10th. When will these drivers decide to pit? We're 10 laps in. That window is between 20 and 30 laps. And the track continues to heat up 108 degrees. So it's going to be a slick track. Morningstar looks to the inside of McGlover. As Justice moves up to 2nd and passes the number 6. So is the 6 starting to fade? He might lose another spot here. As Rogalowski is trying to take 3rd now. And Dougie Zoom is right behind them. Noble trying to hold on to 3rd. There's CJ Slava and Morningstar. Eric Belmont. These drivers are trying to battle for that 10th position. As the drivers in the inside lane definitely struggle a lot. As you can see, they lose a ton of grip and they just back and forth. They definitely swaying off of that exit. There's not a lot of grip down there. You want to stay in that outside line. Right behind Slava is Nolan Pierce having a good run in 12. As Waters just blows right by him and Ayodi is trying to do the same. As we go back to your leader, Braden Goddard in 1st, Blackwell in 2nd. Noble trying to hold on to 3rd. Randy Pierce trying to move up a spot. He's trying to battle with Harvey. This is for 16th. Right behind Harvey is Devontae Wilkins in 18th. Your biggest mover so far is Trey Smith, up 8 positions. So having a pretty good run. Nice paint scheme on that car. Justice Blackwell almost up to Goddard's bumper here. So Blackwell definitely has a fast car on the long runs. And then there's a good gap between second and third. That's Thomas Noble holding on to third. The 13 trying to find an opening. Dives to the inside. Can he make it stick there around turn 1? That's such a tough spot to make a pass, especially in the inside when your tires are a lot more worn. And there goes Bob Harlow. He's going to try to make a move in the inside. And this is for fourth. And Bob Harlow makes that inside line work, moves up to fourth. And Dougie's trying to do the same. Now the 13 is going to try to battle back and use that inside. But that inside, like I mentioned earlier, it's just tough to make that pass around turn 1. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. And this time it does. And he takes fourth right back away from the 97. Now it's AJ Stryker looking to the inside of the number 4. So we see some drivers are struggling as these tires continue to wear. And there's Trunyan, your points leader, in 9th. Trying to move up another spot if he can. Trunyan has been very consistent. He's only had one race where he didn't finish in the top 10. And that's what you have to do if you want to win the championship. And he's trying to take 8th away from Lizzie. They're side by side. He just couldn't get there to make the pass on the 4. Isabella Ramon in 18th. Right behind her is Chris Harvey. There's Eric Belmont. He's in the inside of CJ. This is for 11th. As you see Trunyan once again trying to make the pass on the 4. This time he makes it work in the inside this time. He moves up to 8, so he's picking up some speed. And now we have a battle for the lead. And that's Goddard and Justice Blackwell. Thomas Noble back in the picture after fading towards the start of the race, and here he comes as well. He has closed that gap. Can Blackwell make the pass? He is all over the bumper of the 038. He's trying to make the pass on the outside as they go exit out of 1. And the first round of pit stops, we're getting close. We're creeping in to that window. Now Justice in the inside. Goddard got loose. And he's going to lose 2 positions, maybe 3. Now Goddard is just fading now. He's going to lose another one to Bob Harlow. Just like that from first, maybe to fourth. He holds on. Almost ended up in fifth, but he holds on to fourth. Now you're starting to see the drivers that have some speed on these worn tires. Now we have a battle for second. Thomas Noble on the outside, 13. Was trying to make a move on the inside. Now he's trying to get back in line so he don't lose another position. And there's Dougie Zoom. He's going to go try to make a move in the inside. Dougie Zoom in fourth. Bob Harlow in fifth. No one seems to be able to pull away. As we have already logged 20 laps. A quarter of the race is already gone. Thomas Noble holding on to that second. Tyler third. Dougie Zoom having a great run. Currently in fourth. Now we see your points leader, Trunyan. He trying to make a pass. He moves up to seventh. He is definitely on the move. He knows the pressure is on in the points lead. He would love to extend that points lead heading into the bye week. When will these drivers head on to pit road? Can they stretch it and make it a one-stop race? There's Eric Belmont in 12th. Yodi in the outside. Right behind them is Waters. A little further back in the field, there's Freddie Trammell in 23rd. Not having the best of race. I mean, not having a great race, but we'll see if he can make up a little ground. He's currently third in points, so this is not the race he needs today. And now we have our first pit stop. And everyone's going to follow except Nolan Pierce. He stays out on the track. And here we go. This is going to be a race off of pit road. Everyone came in except the number one. As there's a lot of traffic on pit road, hopefully no one collides into each other. That would be a disaster for sure. What pit crew team will have the best stop and put together the fastest stop? There goes Blackwell first. Thomas Noble second. Dennis Glover. Tyler. Everyone's coming out of pit road. A lot of traffic. And here comes Nolan Pierce. The only driver that decided to stay out is now on pit road. And he is on a totally different strategy. How well will this work out for him? And he leads a lap and gets some bonus points, though. That's definitely a smart move there. But where will he come out? Blackwell with a great pit stop. He's definitely extended his lead. As Nolan Pierce comes out of pit road. Where will he land? As everyone is flying by. And he gets ahead of Eric Belmont and comes out in 11th. So not a bad stop for the number 1. So they definitely made the right move there, staying out for an extra lap. It's going to take a lap or two to warm up those tires. So hopefully he don't lose too much ground here. But Justice Blackwell, your leader. He had a great stop. Almost a 2.5 second lead over Tyler. And there's the number 6. He goes to the inside. He's going to make the pass on the 13. He moves up to second. Now can he reel in the 024? Let's do a rundown of your top 15 after those pit stops. As Justice Blackwell is your leader. Thomas Noble in second. Tyler Rogalowski in third. Lizzie McGlover fourth. Dougie Zoom in the top 5, having a great run today. AJ Stryker in 6th. Trunnion in 7th. Yodi in 8th, up 10 positions. Riding in the top 10. Good showing so far. The same with CJ Slava in 9th. Braden Goddard, after having great qualifying, he was flying in the beginning of the race. He has lost 8 positions, currently in 10th. We'll see if he can get it going in the second half of the race. In 11th, Eric Belmont. In 12th, after pitting, after everyone else did. Pretty good decision there by the number 1 team. There's Trey Smith just having a great race, up 14 spots. Morningstar in 14th. And Isabella Ramon rounds out your top 15. And then you see Bob Harlow in 16th. He is down 15 spots. After being in the top 5 and trying to battle for the lead, he's just, since then, something, not sure what's wrong with the 97, but hopefully they can bounce back before the day is over. There's Tyler trying to make a move on the number 4. This is for 3rd. Everyone pitted at lap 23. So the next round of pit stops will be around lap 46. There's Trunnion. Picks off another spot, up to 6. He continues to get better as the race goes. If he can catch up to Dougie, he'll be in the top 5. leaders are not too far ahead of him. About 4 or 5 seconds. He can definitely gain some ground if he continues to put together these types of laps. As we look at his lap time log, his last lap was the fastest one. But all his laps have been pretty consistent. We'll see what his time is this time around. Another good lap for the 47. He has his sights on the 54. And we have a battle for 15th. There's Morningstar and Bob Harlow. CJ Slava trying to move up into 8th. There's Yodi Logic and Goddard. Tyler still holding on to that second place, but Noble had a chance a little while ago to try to make a pass on him. But right now, Blackwell has just hit an extra gear. He is about 2.5 second lead now. But he's getting closer and closer to some slower cars that are now going around turn 1, and he is actually getting on the front stretch here. So he's going to catch these slower cars definitely before the race ends. But he's doing a good job with his laps. Let's look at his lap times. His last few laps haven't been as great. So maybe he is slowing a little bit. It's something we want to keep an eye on. Rogalowski in second, and Thomas Noble still holding on to that 3rd spot. And Lizzie McGlover in that 4th spot. There you see Trunyan. He has pulled away from AJ Stryker, but can he close the gap on the 54? And there's Devontae Wilkins, currently 18th in points. Currently 18th. He's second in points. So he will lose some ground if he cannot get going here in the standings. The same goes for Freddie Trammell. He is 23rd and currently 3rd in points. So he needs to try to salvage his day the best he can. Maybe get a top 20, top 15. But if he ends here, he's definitely going to lose some positions in the standings. 3-second lead by the 024. He's in clean air, has no traffic, doesn't have to worry about anyone in his rear view. And that's where you want to be. Now it's Eric Belmont and Braden Goddard. This is a battle for 10th. Belmont trying to hold off in the inside. And there is the 038 in 10th. He held off the 03. There's Nolan Pierce. He goes to the inside of Belmont. Now Goddard trying to take a position away from CJ. To move up to 9th, you see Yodi there. AJ Stryker there. All these drivers are trying to battle here. Goddard up to 8th. Yodi loses a few spots. We just saw Dunwoody in 16th. Up 3 positions. There's Belmont once again. He gets by Goddard. Up to 8th. Now we're getting to that point once again where these tires are starting to wear down. Lizzie McGlover in 3rd. Thomas Noble, he faded a little bit towards the end of the run before the pit stops. There's Thomas Noble in 4th, Dougie in 5th. And he has pulled away from Trunnion. About a second. Trunnion in 6th, and behind him is AJ Stryker in 7th. But that's all you have to do if you're the 47. You just want to have a consistent race. Of course, you want to win, but I'll take a top 10 any day or top 5. That's all you have to do week in, week out. And you'll see yourself at the end fighting for a championship. If this holds for Trunnion, this will be his 5th top 10 of the season. Isabella Ramon trying to battle Trey Smith. This is for 14th. Eric Belmont trying to battle for 7th here. They get by Goddard once again. These cars have been battling the last few laps back and forth. And that's helping Trunnion keep his distance away from them. As we're getting closer to the second round of pit stops. Well, we'll see if anyone takes any risks. Does anyone decide to short pit to try to gain some ground? As we go back to your leader, Justice Blackwell, a 2.5-second lead. He has definitely lost a few tenths here in the last few laps, so he could be slowing down. And not too far ahead is the 502. So Justice might have to deal with these slower cars at some point. And will he be able to keep his lead? Tyler Rogalowski holds on to second. And then it's Lizzie in third. And not too far behind is the number 6 of Thomas Noble. And then there's Dougie Zoom. And right now, Eric Belmont has caught up to the 47. Can that 03 get by that 47? Eric Belmont's currently tied for 4th in points. When will that 03 attempt to make a pass? Looks to the inside as we head into turn 3. Can he make it stick in that inside line? They're side by side heading into the front stretch. But Trunnion held him off this time. The 03 has a great run off the turn. Now he's in the inside of the straight and makes the pass on the 47. Man, the 03 slingshotted off of that turn, has so much momentum, and easily makes the pass on the 47. That 03 got some speed, especially later in the run. He's definitely showing some speed now. We'll see if he can gain some ground on the 54. Can he pull away from the 47? There's AJ Stryker trying to battle Yodi. This is for 8th. She easily makes the pass on the 177. So some of these drivers are ready for tires. Desperately need tires. Look at Justice Blackwell has lost another 3/10 to Tyler. So he is slowing down. I don't expect him to stay out on the track too much longer. He's still holding on to about a 2-second lead. There's CJ Slava trying to battle Nolan Pierce. This is for 10th. CJ Slava currently tied for 20th in points, but this will be a good day for him if he could get a top 10 out of it. Currently in 11th. There's Yodi in the number 9. As they're side by side heading into 3. And Justice Blackwell heads onto pit road, and here we go. And like this last time, now we have 3 cars that decided to stay out. We have the number 1 of Pierce, the 9 of AJ Stryker. Goddard stayed out. So a few drivers took some chances this time. But it's still going to be a race off of pit road here. We'll see how all this shakes out. The 20 stayed out. The 56 stayed out. And there goes Blackwell under 13. Lizzie McGlover. Eric Belmont with a great pit stop. He leapfrogged the 54 of Dougie Zoom. Great stop by the 03. These are all the drivers that stayed out. They got to get onto pit road. And Nolan Pierce is still out there. He's going to go another lap around. So the 9 and the 038, they have to have a great stop here. Trey Smith is on pit road. Freddie Trammell, Stephen Waters, the 498. As the leaders are getting ready to pass them, we will see where they end up at. AJ Stryker. They finish their stop as she exits pit road. She might be out of the top 10 here. And she is in 11th as CJ Slava just goes by her. And Nolan Pierce now is on pit road. Can't he put together a fast stop and gain some more ground here? As your leader is getting ready to go around turn 3. How fast a stop can the number 1? How fast will this stop be? As he exits. And the leader just passed him. He might come out in the top 10. We'll see. He's currently 10th now. He's out of the top 10 and 11th. And there goes Isabella Ramon. So he's going to be in 12th. Unless he could hold on in the inside, it's going to be a tough. It's going to be tough to hold on to that 11th spot there. Especially on cold tires. And now we have cycled through. And now let's go through your top 15. Now that the pit stops are over. With Justice Blackwell leading the way still. And Tyler Rogalowski in second. Now he's behind a lap car. Those cars are going to cause some problems here. But Tyler in second. Lizzie in third. Eric Belmont gained a spot on pit road up to 4th. And Dougie Zoom in 5th. Thomas Noble in 6th. Trunyan in 7th. Yodi in 8th. Good run for Yodi. Good run for CJ Slava as well in 9th. AJ Stryker in 10th. Isabella Ramon in 11th. Nolan Pierce in 12th. Bob Harlow in 13th, down 12 spots. Braden as well, down 12 spots in 14th. And rounding out your top 15 is Andy Dunwoody. And Dougie Zoom takes his spot right back away from the 03. There's Justice Blackwell. And ahead of him, you see there is some cars ahead of him. He's going to have to get by these cars as fast as he can. He has still about almost a 3-second lead, but this is going to slow him down. He decides to go into the inside of the 510. Now that 510 is battling on the outside. So this is definitely going to slow him down. He already lost 0.4 of a second there. And he's going to have to deal with a few more cars before this race is over. AJ Stryker trying to battle CJ Slavo. This is for 9th. Now Eric Belmont trying to get a spot back away from Dougie Zoom. Now they're dealing with that lapped car. 10 laps to go at Pocono. Dougie Zoom all over the 03. But Belmont pulls away a little from the 54. Now Thomas Noble trying to deal with that traffic and the 47 of Strunyon. There is Devontae Wilkins in 16th. He's trying to gain as many positions as he can. He don't want to lose too much ground to Trunyon in the standings. And there's Blackwell getting by another slow car. And he puts the 5:01 a lap down. If Blackwell can win today, this will be his second win of the season. I mean, he's been a little up and down. He's currently 13th in points. But the first race he won was at Daytona, so he has some success on the bigger tracks. After Daytona, Richmond, he was 14th. Atlanta, 23rd. Bristol, 19. Wilkesboro, 16. So he's struggled on different tracks, but he has had a lot of success on tracks that are 2 miles or more. As you see another car up ahead. Tyler still in second. Lizzie in third. Eric Belmont in fourth. Dougie Zoom in fifth. 7 laps to go. There's Blackwell trying to get by the 503. Then he's going to have to deal with one more car, the 509. And then it'll be smooth sailing after that. The 36 gets by the number 9. Tyler Grimm's not having the best day in 30th. There's Dougie Zoom trying to take 4th back. These two been at it most of the race. They have a lapped car ahead of them that they have to deal with as well. Then Trunnion is not too far behind. He would love to gain a few more spots here before the race is over. Now Dougie's stuck behind the lapped car. As the number 6 uses that car as a pick, and now the 54 is going to get stuck behind that car. And now Trunnion is all over the 6 and gets by the 54. Now Trunnion gains a spot there. Now Dougie finally gets by the 510. Now can the 47 get by the 6 here, gain another spot, and finish in the top 5? As we have 5 laps to go. Justice Blackwell gets by the final car, the lap traffic there. Gets by the 509. Now he's in clean air, no traffic. As long as he don't make a mistake, he will win this race. Nolan Pierce is trying to make a move here. Currently in 9th. Good day for the number 1. AJ Stryker going by her teammate. That 510 has been causing all types of problems for these drivers. There's the 36. He's going to try to split them both. He needs to be. She needs to be careful. Don't want to make contact there. That could ruin your day. Blackwell still in control. It's 2.4-second lead. Tyler's caught behind this lapped car. Goes to the inside. Now it's Dougie Zoom and Trunnion going at it. This is for 6. Dougie takes his spot right back from the 47. Can he hold it though? With a few laps to go. Blackwell crosses the stripe. 2 laps to go at Pocono. Tyler in second. Now Lizzie has to get by this lapped car. There's Dougie Zoom side by side with the 6 and gets by the 6, no problem. Up to 5th. Now Trunyan trying to take advantage of that and get by the 6 as well on the inside. Trying to make that move on the inside there. As the white flag waves, this is the last lap of the race. But that 54 has had a great race today. Now they're dealing with some lap traffic. Can he hold on to a top 5? The 6 is in the inside. You see CJ Slava, he wants to have a good finish as well. But the 54 is going to have to hold on for a few more turns and deal with that lapped car. But Justice Blackwell comes out of turn 3, and Justice Blackwell wins at Pocono and gets his second win of the season. Tyler Rogalowski finishes second. Lizzie finishes third. Eric Belmont fourth. Dougie Zoom fifth. Thomas Noble sixth. CJ Slava seventh. Trunyan in eighth. Nolan Pierce, good run in ninth. And Yodi rounds out your top 10. Great run for Yodi as well. Up 8 spots to finish in the top 10. But the old 24, once he got the lead, he never looked back. We'll see if he can continue to stay consistent. But he has definitely had some great races on the bigger tracks. After the bye week, once we come back to racing, we go to Watkins Glen for week 7, then we go to Charlotte week 8, Talladega week 9, and then we go back to Watkins Glen week 10. So much can happen. We still have a lot of racing on tap for season 10. Now it gets good, now we'll see, what drivers start separating themselves from the other drivers in the standings. And we'll see who's left over towards the end of the season. And those drivers will battle it out for the championship at the end. Tomorrow we have 2 more races left for week 6. And tomorrow we have the Lotus. They're back on a road course at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. And we have the Next Gen. And they are at Bristol. And we know Bristol has been wild. It can get pretty crazy at Bristol. So we'll see what race we get for the Next Gen. And Lotus, after last week at the Oval, that race was definitely one of the best races we have had in a very long time. But they're on a road course, so we'll see how that plays out. But it's been a good one here at Pocono. Congrats to Justice Blackwell on his second win of the season. Like always, thank you for supporting the league and the stream. I will see you guys next time.